Hello there everyone, Laurel Beard here today, doing a little watercoloring with some Avery Elle liquid watercolors. It's Liquid Watercolors Week over at the Ellen Hudson classroom, so I was very excited to join in on this blog hop today. I'm using the Mondo Peony stamp set from Ellen Hudson, and I'm going to ink it up with some VersaFine Smoky Gray ink. This is a pigment ink, so because it's a pigment ink, it stays wet longer, so I'm able to do some very quick heat embossing as well. All the supplies that I used and the exact colors of the watercolors will be linked below in the description and also on my blog. So I've gone ahead and inked up two of the large peonies there, and I'm going to ink up one of the leaves, and then I'll sprinkle on some clear embossing powder, and then I'm going to heat set it with my heat tool. That little piece of washi tape that you're going to see is to keep me in frame. I filmed a whole video not too long ago. This is the Fancy Thanks die from Ellen Hudson, by the way. I'm going to stamp the sentiment. But I filmed a video. I was completely out of frame because I have a new video set up. So I stuck a piece of washi tape right there just to get me through this video, and then I've come up with something a little bit smarter going forward than a piece of washi tape that comes up every time I clean my work surface. So I've gone ahead and heat set all that. Now I'm going in and adding water to the flower first, and then I'm going to drop in the liquid watercolors. This is the color Cherry. So applying that water first really blends it all for you. This is Mimosa. And so I'm just dropping it in again, and you get a ton of refills in this, so you don't have to be like stingy with how much watercolor you add. And you can grab a paintbrush and kind of move some of the color around and do whatever you want to do. Because I heat emboss this, that heat embossing also acts as a little barrier, so it helps contain those watercolors and keep them from bleeding over. I am going to have some bleeding in a little bit, and I'll show you how I fix that. I also always keep a rag or a paper towel nearby so I can dab up puddles that I don't want, etc. I try to clean my work surface as I go because I am known for swiping my hand through the ink or watercolor and then it gets all over my card. And then I have to start over. So Sugar Plum and Meant to Be are the next two colors I'm using for this peony. I don't know what color peonies are. I know there are pink peonies. I don't know about any other colors, so I'm just doing whatever I feel like it. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So again, here I am taking this rag, blotting things away, and this is why I clean as I go. I'm just trying to explain myself to you. I can't tell you how many cards I've ruined. You can't get that up once you do a whole swipe of your palm over your card. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking a round paintbrush and again trying to make sure I'm getting all the color up to the edges, and I'm going to keep fiddling around until I get the look that I want. This is Lemongrass, and I am working off of a craft mat. And I'm just dropping the color right there on creating my own little palette there. You can also laminate a piece of white cardstock or work off of some packaging that you have, or even use a palette on by creating one on your acrylic block. It's totally up to you. This is my pitiful hand-painted leaf. I deleted that whole part of the video because I don't know how to freehand. So I left that out, but I'm going in and trying to add some details with this gray pen, trying to make it a little bit more real. Oh, goodness. So yeah, see, there's my washi tape. It fell off. I have to stick it back again. So that's my little hint. We're just going to move on. So this is the color Sea Glass. This is such a pretty color. So I decided to go in and add this blue on all the white spaces. Now you could have ended this card here and left that white space and it would have been absolutely beautiful. You could have put just a small border around the flowers in a blue or a yellow or something if you wanted to, but I'm going in with the whole thing. Now I'm trying to be careful not to touch the watercolored flowers or leaves because it will cause the watercolor to bleed. Now down there on my pitiful hand painted leaf, I'm going to have some bleeding here in a second. I'm just going to show you how you fix that because there's no way I was starting this card over just because I made an oopsie with my paintbrush and some of my ink bled. This is Celery. I'm still trying to make that leaf look better. So I'm going to go in and add some darker colors to create some shading and whatnot. And I'm just still messing around. And this is what I do with watercoloring. I kind of mess around until I like how it looks and then I'm done. You know? It's pretty much how it works. And I found with watercoloring, the messier it looks wet, the more beautiful it looks dry. I don't know why that is. Now you can see at the bottom the green from the leaf bled. I'm going to fix that in a little bit. I'm still going back in and working on that flower. I'm going to add a little aquamarine this time to the flower. I didn't like how the purple and the mint blended together, so I thought it needed a little bit more aqua. So that's what I'm doing. So that's another good thing. You can go in and layer over colors and intensify them, or even add a darker color over a lighter color if you don't like it, which is what I did. So this is Sapphire liquid watercolor, all from Avery Elle. So this is how I fix my little bleeding leaf there. I just go in with a darker color. See my tip about color covering over light? That's what I did here. And I actually liked how the Sapphire looked as opposed to the other color. So I'm going with this beautiful blue here. And that covered up my boo-boos and any other areas that kind of bled over. And I just think it looks real pretty. Now again, you could have stopped at the flowers and the leaves and called it a day. But I really love how the blue pops off these flowers so very much. I don't know if I mentioned it, but this is just regular distress cardstock. No fancy, expensive water paper for this girl. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be it. So I love these Avery Elle liquid watercolors. I encourage you to head over to the classroom each day. There's been posts and videos showcasing these watercolors and different variations and techniques you can use when watercoloring. To finish off the card, I did add a little strip with an Avery Elle die and applied it or adhered it to a gray card base. And that's the card. See? So again, my blog will have more still shots, more information. The supplies are linked below in the YouTube description and also on my blog if you're interested. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time.